Okay, g'day again. Alright, we're still trying to do this mirror. Alright, I'll start from scratch in case you haven't watched the previous video. Here's my ST left-hand mirror. Got mysteriously broken in the garage. And I think I know what happened, but certain person's not ever going to admit to it. And, I think my son tried to move the bite, didn't realise how heavy it was. Anyway, what I've done is I've bought some of this acrylic mirror. It's flexible, self-adhesive, and it comes 3 sheets. Got it in Bunnings, $14, and I don't know about every other Bunnings, but this one was sort of hidden away. I searched and searched and couldn't find it, and eventually I got a staff member who knew where it was. Anyway, this is attempt number 3. Okay, here's attempt number 1. It's on a backing panel. It's too thin and soft. You couldn't use it on its own. It has to stick to something. I firstly tried aluminium, but the aluminium I had was too thick. I thought about putting it on, like sheet metal, but like plate, but like even if it's scale, it's still going to go rusty around the edge, and that'll run out around the edges, and so I've gone for plastic. This was piece out of that tub that's over there under the table, but out of the base of it, and but it's too thick, and it just, like, it went in there on its own, and then when I stuck the glass to it, it just didn't want to fit underneath the lip, and this piece chipped off in the corner because it was actually hanging over the edge that little bit, and a cord on it pulled it up. You can see just there, it's sort of, see how it's have a hang on the edge, that little bit. Hope we can see that. Go on camera, focus. Try it up closer. It's going to focus. No. Not going to do it. Anyway, you're going to have to take my word for it. It's overhanging the edge by 1/2 mil, which is enough for it to catch, pull up, crack. Anyway, second attempt. I then went and sacrificed the lid off a different tub, that one there, in front of the firebox mess. This is a habit I got. When you got a fire, anything burnable you throw at the fire, and then usually once a day or something you burn it, every couple of days. But anyway, cut up another one, and that's been fitted 3 or 4 times. And this was the number 2 attempt, and this one I cracked it by trying to bend it too much, trying to flex it like this so I could get the sides in, which that worked okay, no worries. But then when I was trying to get the corner in, I flexed it, and there you go. See, it breaks. You can only bend it so far, and it sort of happens when it comes unstuck too. So this time I've actually sanded the top of the plastic, and you can actually, well, I can't get 2 out of the first one because I didn't position it properly. So, but out of the second sheet, I can get another one. So if you position it properly, that means you've got 6 attempts in your 3-pack of mirrors. Anyway, let's hope we get it right third time. So what I've done is I've trimmed it right down now. It only barely fits, like it's only barely under the edge. Like that marking pen That's sort of what I drew around the edge, and it barely sort of fits underneath it, which means like I was trying to get it so I could just clip it in there, not have to glue it, but yeah, that's not going to happen. It's funny, you see the plastic backing will fit in there reasonably easy. As soon as you put the mirror on, it becomes real difficult. So anyway, what I've got this time, I've got a bit of seam sealer, sort of a glue. It's a paintable silicone. So yeah, because it's only barely going under the edge this time, I'm going to glue it all in, and yeah, because it's paintable and this edge is getting chewed up now, it's just mostly from me trying to wedge it underneath it with a knife and everything. I've sort of damaged it, had too many attempts at doing it now. So yeah, possibly I might actually run a little bit after I get it in and finished. I might mask up the actual mirror and run a little bit around the edge. Try and get it as tidy as I can, and paint it. Put a bit of black around it with a brush or something. Anyway, I might not need it. See how it looks when it's finished. Anyway, I'm going to sit you on the bench now and hopefully be able to see what I'm doing. So, get my chair in the middle. There we go. Let's go. Yes, I'm a smoker. I smoke before, after, and during everything. And it's friggin' costing me a fortune. Cut it down, but I've had attempts at stopping, but basically I can't stop because I don't really want it. I enjoy smoking. So anyway, we're finding other ways around it. It's not illegal to grow it. Illegal to sell it. It's not illegal to grow it, at least not yet. Yeah, with all the government campaigns on, you think there's more to it. It's not about health. It's something more to it. There's some other reason why they want people to stop smoking. Anyway, let me ramble on about that. Sacrifice my channel doing that. So when you go to cut it, you're going to get this tiny little bit of cracking along the cut. So for that reason, I'm going to cut. I hope you can see what I'm doing. As I said, I can't actually see what's appearing on the camera at the moment. And you can actually hear it. You can hear it cracking as I'm cutting it. See if I can show you. Get up here where I can see what the focus is. Is it going to show it? Don't know if it's actually going to show it. Anyway, there's this tiny little bit of cracking along the edge, like it comes in about 1 mil. Not even that. But yeah, I suppose about 1 millimetre. Anyway, so that's why I'm cutting on the outside of the line. And you'll find when I go around there, you'll get big cracks going off. So actually I might cut the straight one first. As I said, I'm cutting outside the line. And Might be a bit slow and boring, but I'm going to show the whole process here. Yeah, cut outside the line and then file it and sand it. And that way you get rid of that cracked edge. There's probably better ways of cutting it. There's probably ways of cutting it without getting the edge cracked. Thought possibly a hot knife, you know, like, you know, real hot, red hot. Might actually melt through it without cracking the edge. Yeah. If you're going to attempt to do this, you can do that yourself. Experiment. It's a good thing about these sheets. You got a few to experiment with. You got a decent size offcuts. You can grab an offcut. Try all different ways of cutting it. See which works best. And right. So that should be considerably bigger. Yeah. So I'm going to put one edge up to it. So I've only got to file. Cut 3 edges. One of these is a little bit short, although you don't want to hang it over the edge. No, I was thinking of making it a little bit bigger because one of the corners was actually a little bit shy, but no, that's just a recipe for more cracking. Alright, the other thing I've done, see, you'll know, I said that already, that I sanded the top. Marked it previously, so I know which is the top, so I don't stick it on the wrong side. So I'll double check that again in a minute, just before I stick it on. So I hope the camera's actually picking up what I'm doing here. I'm sure that's the right way up. Yep. Okay. I'll pick an edge. I'll go with the factory cut edge. All the way up, yep. Put that on the factory cut edge. Right. Make sure it's all really well stuck. As I said, that was both times when it's cracked. Well, cracked sort of other things, but other reasons, but it also separated from the plastic. And that was a big part of why it cracked. So, a little too much here, so I'm going to cut some of this excess off, because otherwise we're going to be here for an hour just filing it with the amount that I've left on there. Okay, cracking is a minimum. Leaving this protective layer on there while you're doing all this is probably, also reducing the amount of cracking. Okay, I'm going to get fire on there. backing foil about. We're about half a mil now. The foil sort of does leave little cracks in it too. Not very, very tiny little ones, but yeah, you don't want any cracking along the edge, any visible, anything that's going to spoil the look of it. So yeah, we'll pull that up just a little bit shy of it. It's getting clogged up. And my old metalwork teacher will be going on at me now. Don't drag it back. Go like this. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, they don't plastic anyway. It's hardly going to blunt the foil. Yeah. See, I shouldn't. Shouldn't be knocking me my old metalwork teacher from years ago. He'd be gone, long gone 9 years. He was an old man then when I was a teenager, but yeah, he was a good bloke. Davo, Mr. Davis. Yeah. We got on Seba because I was already doing stuff like metalwork type stuff at home, using my dad's equipment. I was sort of miles ahead of the class, so he used to basically let me do whatever I felt like. Yeah. Make my own projects. I used to bring parts of my bikes in and machine them and yeah, do all sorts of things. And, yeah, while the rest of the class did their regular lessons. So. Anyway, we've got that down to about 1/2 mil now. So now I'm going to sand it. 180. Yeah, getting a bit worn out, but anyway. Not worn out from doing other things. Okay. Put some sanding plastic onto plastic, acrylic onto plastic. Yeah, this plastic backing is already getting a bit shy. It doesn't actually sit under the lip now in one corner. It's sort of visible. So I'm going to have to be careful to not make the backing spade any smaller, you know. Make sure it stops sanding when I get to the backing plate. Suppose that'd be one advantage to using a metal backing plate. Yeah. It'd be much harder to sand down the metal plate than the plastic, so yeah, you wouldn't sort of get this issue too much. Still sticking out a bit. That's so one thing you've got to be careful of, because it's protruding past the backing plate. it'll catch. What has done once, that was the first attempt. That's what happened to the first attempt. Yeah, the mirror was a tiny bit bigger than the backing plate. And I caught, pulled it up and cracked it. And as you can see, this job does require a fair bit of patience. And yeah, if you're the sort of person who loses it, as soon as something goes wrong, don't attempt this job. Go and buy a mirror. This is for people who are prepared to put time and effort into saving money. Like quite a lot of money. Well, quite a lot to me anyway. I mean, if you got megabucks, or if you got megabucks, you probably wouldn't be riding around on a 20-year-old bike. So, yeah. 20-plus-year-old bike, you'd have a new one. So, yeah, probably anybody watching that's, or anybody who owns an ST, would be wanting to save some money. So. Yeah, the last, like I've shaved this backing plate down so many times now. The last time I tried it in the actual mirror frame, it basically just dropped straight in, so let's hope it does that with a mirror on it this time. Because, yeah, if it cracks it again, well, there would be another attempt, but it wouldn't be tonight because, yeah, I would have had enough. Anyway, first one too, I put scratches in it. Well, see all the filings. Well, I brushed them off with a rag. Now, it could have been something on the rag, you know, lump of something hard or a bit of metal or something, but it may well have also been the filings from the actual mirror that scratched it. So I'm going to disappear over to the corner here and dunk this in a bucket of water and wash it off. Wiping it here with some old flannelette sheet. Dry. Okay, there we go. There's our mirror on its backing plate. As I said, this time I'm going to glue it in because it's barely holding under the, yeah, as I said, I was wanting to clip it in under this plastic, but it's barely holding now, so yeah, it's time for some glue. So this hasn't dried already, is it? No, it's just a bit cold. Okay, where are we going to run it? Yeah. There's a whole lot of things here to hold the mirror. Like, little spot things. Actually, there was something else on the back of that, the other glass. Some sort of a rubber thing. It's probably because that mirror was stuck to that piece of rubber. Anyway, don't know where it is. Too late at night to care. I'll just put some glue on here and load. Probably gone out of your view now, but yeah, no two hands. No, I don't think that's enough, really. Yeah, I'm going to run a bead. Run a bead around the edge. Hope I can wipe it off the glass if I get it, because it probably will get on the glass. Hope it doesn't affect it. I haven't even checked to see if it's solvent resistant yet, so if I do get some on the glass, I can't just wipe it off with a rag, and I have to use solvent. Being an acrylic mirror, it may well wreck it. So, I'm going to have to try to not get it on the mirror. Man, this is hard to squeeze. Where's my blade? Let's chop some more off this. Too hard. Oh, big arm. Still hard to squeeze. As I said, I didn't really want to do this. I wanted it to just clip under the plastic and hold in by itself. But, yeah, didn't happen twice. So, don't really want to break it a third time trying to achieve that. Unfortunately, this doesn't say it on the tube, but it was sold to me as seam sealer. I asked for seam sealer, and this is what I was given, so it's apparently a seam sealer. Yeah, it's a silicone glue, and it's paintable, so yeah, I can touch this up with some black. Right, here we go, attempt number 3. So I'm going to, actually, a little bit of the glue on the back of this is sort of attached to a paper or plastic. Let me get, should I get that out of the way? I don't want that flopping up around the front of the mirror. Okay, now we're going to flex it just a little. There we go, back first, front first. I think it really matters. I was just thinking, yeah, I'm breaking it. The first one I tried to put in this way, and break it. The second one I tried to put in the other way and break it, so I don't think it matters too much which way you put it in. Maybe it does. Yeah. I'll start this way. Okay. Just flex that just a little. Pop it in. Into so this amazes me. When it's, oh, I know why it's not going in easy now. Because I've got to squash the glue down. Glue's stopping it from going in. Come on. Get this everywhere. Should have curled it first. You can curl it a little bit. So we'll curl that edge. That's it. I hope you can see what I've just done. Curled that edge in. It's popped out again already. That's another reason why I didn't want to get glue it. Glue going friggin' everywhere now. Get it there. Push in. I'll tell you what, the glue certainly makes it harder. Get it in one side, pops out the other side. Come on. Friggin' hell. It'll be bloody dry by the time I get it in there. Alright, now we're getting there. Okay. Pop in there, please. This is where you're gonna, this is where I actually managed to crack it last time. So it's just holding up by that little bit. I tried to pull it down before and it caught the edge of the mirror and cracked it. So this time, I hope I'm not scratching it. So slipping it under. Bugger of a thing. As I said, you get it under, and then while you're working here, it pops out the other side. Right. I'm going to try and pull it down a little bit. As I said, this It makes so much of a difference when you actually get the mirror on it, but it does. And this basically fell in because I ground the backing plate down that much that it basically just fell into place. Now that the mirror's on it, and you saw me do the mirror, it's exactly the same size. For some reason, it's just that tiny little bit of it. There we go. So yeah, there's one thing you really got to pay attention to what you're doing here and watch, because you get that little tiny little bit catching. You'll push on it and it'll pull it away from the backing and break it. And look at the horrible mess I've made now. Okay, let's hope I can get this off. It'd be a horrible waste if I can't get that freaking glue off it. It doesn't crack it. Scratch it. Doesn't appear to be putting scratches in. So I can get myself a whole lot easier with some solvent. I could test it. I got a scrap there. Yeah. After actually getting it in without breaking it this time, I don't want to risk destroying it with solvent. Yeah. As I said, I could test it with an off-cut scrap. Back in just a tick, I'm going to wash it off my hands. Haven't opened anything, is it? Where to put it? Piece of rag. Got some of this funny shape. There we go. Get that off my hands. Okay. Yeah, I've got thinners on the rag. I'm going to use to wipe the back of the mirror anyway. And, as soon as this video ends, I'll be inside washing my hands with detergent now. Thinners is not the greatest thing to put on your hands. Not good for it at all. But yeah, if I had some acetone, I'd be using acetone to wash stuff off my hands. Acetone, well, it'll dry your skin out, but yeah, it's nowhere near as bad for your hands as thinners. Okay, well, it's not affecting the mirror. There's a bit of scrap. Cool. So I don't have to worry too much about it. Get it all off the back of it first. What a mess. Not the tidiest person, am I? As I said, I really didn't want to use silicone glue at all, but yeah. After breaking the mirror twice, trying to clip it under it, didn't really have an alternative. Before I put any of that. Paper towel's actually scratching it. Yeah. Just go a little bit. Didn't seem to have affected it, but I'm going to risk it. Okay. What I'll do is put some index on there, but anyway, there we are. $14 for a new mirror. Fixed. $14 plus a whole lot of stress and anxiety and 3 attempts, and I've been at it for 2.5 hours. Yeah, anyway. Stand out to wipe. Watch me wiping that down. Alright, well, if you're still with us after all this, yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.